Kyle, how's this week been in training? Because obviously last weekend's result, not what anyone wanted, but obviously the job is to bounce back.
Yeah, I think the gaffer obviously wasn't happy, but as soon as that week's done, he tries to motivate you again for the next game, and we've got a great group of lads. Everybody, no one not that they don't bother about the weekend, everybody cares about the game, but to be honest with you, we just need to bounce back, and everybody's been up to it in training, competing against each other for their spot in the team, and it's been a good week's training.
And I mean, obviously you've had time this week to train, but is it one of those weeks where you can't wait to get back out there and play again?
Yeah, definitely. I think any time you get beat, you want to go and prove that it's a one-off. We've been I wouldn't say we've been great over the last few weeks, but we need to bounce back at some point, so hopefully we do it this weekend.
What do you feel's missing or wrong at the moment? Because obviously, the effort's there, but things just not quite happening the way you'd want.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like at the weekend we controlled the game for the first 20 minutes or so. As soon as the goal went in, it completely changed, and I don't know why it is, or I don't think anybody really can put a finger on it, but we just need to look to try and get back on form like we did at the start of the season, and go for there.
Just shows the importance of the first goal in games, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I think when another team scores, we get a bit of a shock, especially if you're on top. Whereas if you score, you can keep it going. As soon as you might get a second, then it's the other team find it really hard to get into it.
How do you assess the league at the moment? Because obviously some teams, their season's pretty much done. Obviously yours isn't, but I guess some opponents can be pretty unpredictable.
Yeah, I feel like if you've ever been on a team as a player that's been fighting for relegation or at the top, it's completely different. Like, I think any teams like Fylde that are fighting to stay up, they put in better performances. Doesn't give us an excuse to use. They just played quite well at the weekend. Whereas if you might play a mid-table team that aren't really going anywhere, then it might be a little bit different. But I think when it's like jobs on the line at the end of the day for some people, so they give everything, and they might put a better performance out there.
Obviously you've been at the club a while. How does the pressure of being near the top differ from what you've had to endure the last 2 seasons? Presumably this is a lot more enjoyable.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think it's really any pressure compared to being down the bottom, but yeah, I think the difference is if you get beat, you aren't looking at the table worrying, who's got 3 points, who's above us. It's more to the point we need to stay on a streak, we need to win games, because we're supposed to be one of the best teams in the league, if not the best squad in the league. So I think we've got a point to prove, and we need to start winning games again.
And that belief, that sort of inner confidence, I guess, that counts for a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like when we went on the 19 games unbeaten, it was like you were just flowing. There was something about the squad, and then you lose out on that and you go a couple of weeks with bad results, and it's like, how do we get that back? Training doesn't change, everybody's still on it in training. It's just trying to put your finger on why it changed so much. But yeah, as a squad we still do everything correct, train hard, and yeah, hopefully it changes again on Saturday.
And Solihull, what do you make of them, or is it more about you guys this week?
Yeah, I think we just focus on ourselves. I never played last time. I think I only came on for 10 minutes against them last time, so I wasn't really involved. But yeah, we try and focus on ourselves and training, change up some things that maybe the gaffer thinks we can work on, and yeah, we just go out and do our thing. And
actually, although you weren't involved for most of the game last time, does that help that you can actually watch them, and sort of how close are you a watcher of games when you're on the bench?
Yeah, no, I think the game's totally different when you watch it from the side. I watched a couple last week when I was out, and it is totally different. Like you can say one thing at the side, but it's totally different in the game. So I guess like when you watch a game against a team and then you go and play them, you've seen something different to what you would have on the pitch, so you can kind of work on that yourself. But yeah, I think it doesn't really matter when it comes to us. We just need to work as a team and hopefully go and win the game.